sometimes your actions are a little better. And my dad's actions in trying his best to be an unbelievable grandfather made our father-son relationship that much better. And, there was a lot of conflict between my brother and my dad, and seeing that mend over the time. And just saying, look, I'm not supposed to be here. Dad, look at what your son has done. I'm saying I identify things differently, and I make decisions based off of examples that I can look at as not bad, but ones that if I didn't have, I could have made that mistake.
Yeah.
So without a lesson that was intentional, my dad's giving me lessons. Mm-hmm. My dad never said I went to jail, so you didn't have to. Yeah. Whatever you did to put whatever recipe in this pot, the food came out all right. I'm a good person. I got a good heart. I treat people with respect. Ultimately, I want the most that I can possibly get out of life. I love to love. I'm a good dude. Am I perfect? No. I got some of them imperfections over there. It's about us trying our best to do things, to create change, to move ground, shift the gear so that they have a much better opportunity than what we did.
Yeah.
That's the world of the baton being passed correctly. And if you understand that and you have that mindset, you approach your day-to-day differently. And I do have that mindset.
You can turn your life around if you change your attitude. You change your attitude, you change your altitude.
Your mind and attitude is all you need to be successful. That's all you need. You don't need to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You don't need money. You don't even need folk that like you. As long as you believe in you, you got the right mindset, you got the right attitude, we can make it happen.
You know how you get confidence? By attacking your fear, attacking those hard things you know you gotta face and overcoming them. There's a big misconception out there that people who are successful are not afraid, which is not true. They're gonna run the fastest, and they're gonna be the ones who are gonna take every single action that they have to take to make sure they get where they need to be. Don't worry about the how or what ifs. Make a list.
When it looks like you're not gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, ignore them. When they tell you you're not gonna make it, do not believe them. You gotta become fucking relentless. Never stop, never quit.
I grasped that understanding and I attached it to everything that I tried to do. I did not set out to be the actor, the director, the writer, the producer, the CEO, the chairman, the advisor. I did not set out to do any of these things. And I'm gonna make it very clear, I don't have the educational background for any of these things. Me and my ex-wife got to a point of realization, after having a significant amount of ups and downs, after our divorce, we got to a point where you realize it's not about us. Well, that's a choice that we make, but we're trying to make the best choices so that they have a better life. So it's about them.
It's really, really interesting hearing that perspective again, because, one of my favorite lessons that I've learned is that often the thing that's holding you back is something you're holding on to.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite lessons, the idea that something that's holding you back is you're holding on to it. So whether it's a grudge, like you're saying, the grudge monster, or a feeling or an emotion or an idea, that you're not allowing it to let go when it no longer serves you.
Like my reflection, my conversation, my words when I speak on behalf of my father, they're so positive and dope because he did good. I'm all right. Mm-hmm. I came out okay. Mom, Dad, you did good. Like whatever you did to put whatever recipe in this pot, the food came out all right. I'm a good person. The best skill that I have developed is the skill of noticing and understanding that nothing is done by one individual. No level of success is reached by one person.
What's that one mindset that you're trying to pass on to that next generation, your kids, the kids that come after that? Because it sounds like, while you were honest in saying, look, I didn't know I was going to be a writer, director, an entrepreneur, a CEO. I didn't have the education, as you said. but it sounds like you have the mindset. That's very clear. We know that.
My kids got a bigger shot at breaking ground and making this normal, because other kids that look like us, that came from where we come from and that grew up how I grew up, will now have a different level of association for what can be achieved. If it's based off of what I was able to do, I'm igniting a different level of thought, a different level of want, a different level of motivation and inspiration.
Oh, you've been doing it for 5 years and it don't look like you think. You put all your money in it. You put all your time in it. People are looking at you crazy. 5 years you've invested. Oh, you put too much in it to quit now. Oh, it doesn't look like you think. You didn't get the grades you thought you were going to get. So maybe I'm not meant to be a lawyer. Oh, lay hold of it. You lay hold of it. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere.
Be the one that life is afraid to mess with.
And remember that everybody won't make it to your next level, because everybody won't be willing to sacrifice what it takes to create greatness. Struggle is a part of it. Losses are a part of it. Setbacks are a part of it. Sometimes you have to go through your worst just to become your best. Sometimes you have to lose everything just to gain everything. Let it encourage you.
The journey is not easy. But after a month or so into it, where the wear and tear and the grind starts to hit you, you start losing focus on the horizon, do you not? You get caught away in the daily hiccups, the ups and downs, and the wear and tear. And you focus on the speed bumps, the daily activities, losing sight of their true purpose.
Most of you won't be successful because when you're studying and you get tired, you quit. Don't cry to quit.
This is a chance to get better. This is a chance to improve myself and my situation. I can do this. I can handle this. I got what it takes.
Get through it. And so God is allowing you to go off the rough side of the mountain, not so he can hurt you or break you. He's trying to redesign me. I'm telling you right now because I care about you. I'm telling you right now because I've been there. I've done that. You've been in it for 3 years and you about to quit. Oh, you've been doing it for 5 years and it don't look like you think. You put all your money in it. You put all your time in it. People are looking at you crazy. 5 years you've invested.